Good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to yet another episode of My PI Dream. Today is Monday, and it is build day 118. Yes, build day 118 on a construction schedule out at Villa Feliz. And it is the beginning of the work week. And it is the beginning of the work week with a lot of rain. It has been raining for about the last 3 hours here. At least it's been raining since I woke up. It might have been raining earlier, but I was sleeping. So I can't tell you if it was raining during that period. So anyway, a great day yesterday over at Henry's. A lot of really nice comments on the channel this morning. And before I get started, I want to give a couple of shout outs, some warm shout outs. A shout out to Jane's two daughters, Nella and Olivia. And thank you for sharing time with your mom to watch My PI Dream. And I love it, like I always say, I love it when the kids join mom and dad and they're able to enjoy what's going on in the construction and also the day-to-day activities here in the Philippines, because this is such a wonderful place. Also, I want to give a shout out to the wife of user T Edward 321. I imagine your name is Edward, but anyway, Edward, your wife Lizelle, whose family is down in Bicol. I want to give a warm shout out to Lizelle, and thank you guys for watching the channel as well. So anyway, let's get out to Villa Feliz this morning. I have a feeling all they're going to be doing is working inside the basement. There's no way that they're going to be working unless this weather starts getting a little bit better. They're not going to be up on the roof because it's all roof stuff and it's all up on ladders and high points and things like that. So I don't expect them to be doing anything on the second floor today. First floor, maybe a little bit of cleanup since we have the roofs inside there and there's still some formwork that needs to come down. But I think the primary focus this morning is going to be the basement, some of the plaster work, and trying to think, is there any more concrete hollow block that needs to go up? A little bit, not so much, but a little bit. I don't know. I think we have almost all the concrete hollow block done. Well, except for where the glass is going to be by the stairway. They won't put that up because they have to do some trenching in there for some of the drainage. Let's see, because I am not sure everything that's going to be done today. Well, anyway, let's get out to the job site. I got my umbrella, I got my raincoat, and I think I might take a trike. I have my slippers today. I'm not wearing my boots because my boots will get saturated and I will have wet socks and wet feet all day, and I don't want to do that. And being as I will probably spend most of the time in Bahay Kubo and in the basement, I think I'm good to go. So anyway, without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Good morning. Magandang umaga. Good morning, ladies.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
Here's my
My feet are going to be dry today. Bye. Hey Jerry, how are you today? Good morning. right, just as every morning out here, a beehive of activity, and my builder is actually in very early this morning because he and I were working on some architectural plans this weekend. Of course, you know that my builder is also my architect, but what's happening when we start doing all these different features and all this craziness inside there, it becomes over designed, and we want to keep a clean to the original concept of this house being clean with a Mediterranean Tuscan kind of a look to it, that type of a theme. Lots of great suggestions from folks with columns, and my wife, she wanted to do the ledge and stuff like that, but I think between my architect and my builder, his recommendations were very solid, and I believe in that. What we also talked, we talked a lot of time this morning about, we went over the plans, and you should always do that. You should always compare the plans to what the schedule for the day is going to be, because if you're not there, if there is not oversight going on, what could possibly happen, you'll get a door in the wrong place, a wrong size door, a wrong type door, that they'll be setting up the concrete hollow blocks. And it's not a epic failure, because you can always go back and make a correction, but you want to make sure that if you don't have to make a correction, like what we're having to do with the downspouts for the second floor, you want to knock those out early. So it's very good to either you be on site working with your builder, or have somebody proxying for you that's representing you on site. If not, every day, as often as possible, and discuss the plans. Let me show you another one of the things that it's really important that you are on site when, especially if you make changes. We made many changes, as you know, here on the site here, on-site changes on Villa Feliz, and a lot of times you have to visualize. In your mind you can visualize, but when you see and they're actually starting to put up walls and there's separations and sizes and all this kind of thing, then you actually get a better feel. So remember, we opened that wall up. There's no more a door between the dining room and what used to be a patio. There's a opening with columns that goes from a dining room into a sunroom, and I want to show you something that we're working on right now. And it's a good thing that it's a good thing for somebody to be here, because the way some people have perceptions of how things should be built might not be your perception or your desires. Let me show you, case in point, what I'm talking about. Right now they are setting the base for the columns for the entranceway from the sunroom here into the dining room. This is going to, we are going to go about two concrete hollow blocks up, and there's going to be a ledge over here, and then there's going to be a column. It's going to be on both sides. So let me back up so that you can look at it from here. So there'll be an entranceway here, and a small wall here, a small wall here with a column. Now, when certain people's perception of putting a column in is to put it exactly in the center symmetrically, and my idea is not to do that. My idea is actually to off-center it, and I'll give you an explanation. Maybe we'll go over to the whiteboard and I'll explain to you this. So first of all, the first thing, the builder, and actually the foreman who was doing it, his perception was to make a certain size of that wall. I wanted the wall just a little bit bigger. I want a little bit more defining point between the dining area and the sunroom here. So I think we added 10 more centimeters. And 10 centimeters is a lot when you're talking about a feature inside your house. So originally it was going to be, this area was going to be maybe about here. I said, let's extend it out here, because there's going to be a ledge that goes up here, and there's going to be a column. Then the second thing, that they were going to put a column right very in the center in here. And let me go show you my explanation on why I want to do an offset. We'll go over to the whiteboard. And I discussed this with my builder, and he, like I said, he is also an architect, and I gave him my reasoning, and he said that's exactly what you should do with the concept that you have. And let's clean up the whiteboard here. All right, let's take a look at the whiteboard here about that area that I was just talking about, going from the dining room over into the sunroom. So we have a wall here, and we're in the sunroom, and we'll be looking directly into the dining room. And here's a wall here, right? So what we're doing is we're going to put a couple of sets of concrete hollow blocks here. We're going to make a ledge basically right here. And this will fill in, you know, this will all fill in. And we'll do this on both sides, you know, and we will have, and of course these will be covered up. We'll put some nice decorative stonework or something like that on here. Now, and then on the top there will be a ledge that goes out like this and hangs out just a little bit over, and the same thing on this side over here, right? Excuse my drawing, it's kind of hard standing up here and with this wobbly board that I have here. Okay, so the dining room is going to be in here, and this is going to be the entranceway through. So the concept of my builder, first of all, this was going to be smaller. I wanted this out just a little bit more to define this walkway, this path into the, and there's going to be, of course, on the top, there's going to be an arch inside there, and then it's going to go across like this, same thing, and come across here like this. And it'll be featured, you know, it'll be nice masonry work will come through here. And so anyway, going through into the dining room, my builder said, well, we're going to use it, we'll go center point on both of these walls over here, and then we'll put a post in here like this in the very center of this right here. And I'm like, no, I don't really want this much hanging out right here, because when you visualize, when you are walking, you have a peripheral vision, side to side vision, and as you're walking through, your eyes are going to focus on these columns right here, and you're not going to see these ledges hanging out from this wall right here. And I said, what you might think, this is the wall, and you could actually bang your leg or something on there. And for visualization, there's certain times you don't have to be symmetrical. When I say symmetrical, everything is centered and exactly the same. So I said, why don't we do this? Why don't we do an offset? Why don't we make the center point like about here, and let's run the column up this way on both sides. We'll do the column here. We'll do the column here. I'll send this one as actually a little bit more. And this gap right here, and this gap right here, like this is a little bit off. Let's move him a little bit over this way. Anyways, you get the idea that we are closer, this one to the edge just a little bit, and this is not going to hang over quite as much. It's going to be like this. So this is a little bit wider than this little gap right here, and as you go through, the perception is that this is a defining line of a wall, and then you're not going to bump into these edges quite as easily. And actually, it's visually, I think it's visually more attractive and architecturally more attractive using this kind of design. And he looked at it and he said he agrees with that, and he kind of always agrees with anything that I make a recommendation. So I don't know. So anyway, so that's the direction we're going to go. And what they'll do is we actually have electrical, and we have to get electrical from the first floor to the second floor up here. And electrical will go, it's coming from down below inside the floor inside here. We actually have all the conduit, and it's actually going here, and they will run it up this way, run it through the column, and it will make its way up to the second floor, where we actually are going to have like a service outlet or something. It's some kind of electrical feature that's up on the second floor in the master bedroom. So that's what we're doing right there. Well, it's about quarter after 10. The guys are on break right now. That's always, when the guys are on break, it's always a good time to kind of walk around the site and get an idea what's going on. So anyway, today you can see we're starting on the corner pieces right here that will define the nice feature with the columns that are going inside the dining room from the sunroom. That's one thing that they're working on. They're actually working also on the kitchen wall. This is going to be the back wall where the countertop is going to go, and there'll be a sink here, there'll be a pantry over here, the ref will go there. I don't know if they'll ever get it in the Philippines, but I installed the water. I have a water outlet that goes in North America, maybe pretty much many places around the world. You can actually put water into the back of your refrigerator, and it goes to the ice maker, and you always have ice. And I didn't realize until after I asked for the feature. I said, oh, we got to make sure we have that here. And then after we put it in, my builder, he's like, you know, we don't have refrigerators here that do that. Now, maybe they don't, but maybe one day they do. Or maybe they do have it, and I just have to do some more research. Or maybe I can modify my refrigerator with some US components and make a refrigerator over here that has an ice maker built into it that taps off of outside water. Isn't that a concept? If there's a will, there's a way. If it was done somewhere in a factory, you can do it. So something we'll look at later. Anyway, this is the back wall, and there'll be a backsplash. There will be a cabinet here, microwave, oven, stove kind of an item, and there will be some cabinetry underneath here. There will be cabinets along the top here. It's not a very big area, but we had to, because we had to shrink the house a little bit, and there's some areas that we had to compromise, and this was one of the, even though the kitchen is one of the most important, if you make it functional, if you actually build things in appropriately, and you can actually be frugal with your space in the kitchen and get a lot of functionality out of it. So we're also building the island right here, and the island will have cabinetry, and that's where we'll actually be doing the cooking, is on the island here. They're also starting to put the walls up. This is the back like lanai or patio off of this bedroom right here. This will be one single door that will open up this way against this wall, and that will be a sliding glass door that goes into here. And this bedroom right here, we're actually standing on the back of the wall, which it matches up to the back wall in the kitchen, and a bed will go right here, right in front of where I'm standing right here, the headboard, and maybe a nightstand over here, maybe a nightstand here, closet, wardrobe right there, a small window right there, but there'll be lots of light here from the sliding glass door here. So that's what they're working on here on the first floor. That's what they're focused on the first floor is today. But the rain is actually, it went down to a trickle, it stopped, it's been drizzling on and off. So I don't know if they're going to be doing any work on the second floor, but it seems like the primary focus here. I think what they want to do is they want to exhaust the supply of the concrete hollow block that they have while all the workers are here and the supplies here, and they're expecting, I believe, a shipment of more concrete hollow blocks this week. Let's take a quick look down in the basement, since again it's quiet, and take a look at some of the plaster work that's going on here. So I'll tell you what, for me, and I don't know why, but I'm excited about one place inside the basement. It's probably the least obvious place that people would say, why are you excited about this getting finished? And it's actually the pump room, where the water comes in, and we have the booster pump for the house. But I'm really excited about them doing the plastering and putting all that pipe, the PPR pipe, behind the wall, and that's what he's working on today. You saw earlier we came inside here. Again, it's dark outside because we have lots of cloud cover, but this is you see, he's actually, everything's being hidden, and this will be clean. It will eventually, this wall will look like this wall over here when he gets done with it today, and he's hiding all the pipe. And like I said, I don't know why I'm excited, but I'm always excited when you have lots of neat little switches, or you have valves, or anything that's hit and it looks nice and clean. And you see, he did a very good job of making everything. This is nice and symmetrical right here with all the valves. And then we'll have our filters inside here. And I don't know why I'm excited about that, but I am. Also, you saw earlier behind this wall, this is that added basement room that we have here. This is the very furthest part on the back side and the south side of the house, underneath the patio, up the open patio upstairs, where the barbecue is. You saw they're digging out, because when they've been pouring the concrete, all the runoff from the concrete is going down inside here, and water's holding up back here. So they're going to clear all this out, and they have to clear all this out because it is eventually going to have drainage pipes back there, and that's going to surround the bottom of the beam of the house and provide water evacuation for any water that settles up next to the side of the house during lots of rain and storms and things like that. So they'll be clean. They'll be doing that all the way around. Then we'll put the gravel. Then we'll put the perforated pipe that's protected with the netting on it, and that will run to the storm sewer. Well, it is a little after lunch, and I had a talk with my builder because I had another one of those epiphanies. Well, the guys were having lunch, and I stood in the basement, and I started to think about things, and we'll walk in the basement, we'll talk about that. But I want you to see the other dimensions that are going on today. I didn't expect all this. I didn't expect the weather's going to turn out to be so nice. I thought we were going to get rain all day long. So we have activity, nothing really on the second floor, but lots of activity on the first floor and lots of activity in the basement. So let me show you some of the things that they're doing today that I didn't expect that they were going to be doing. So anyway, down here in the basement on the outside of the wall, this is the entranceway coming in where the driveway is going to be here one day instead of earth. Actually starting to work on the plaster coat on the outside. So we're starting to work on this side, and we're starting to work on this side as well. Let's get back to my epiphany. Really not an epiphany. It's just like, oh, you know, something obvious kind of sticks in front of your face. And I was standing here by the stairwell. We're finishing this area up here. The 4-inch concrete hollow block against the 6-inch in the back. So that's going to be the last layer. Then we'll have a full set of 4-inch over here. Actually, hidden back there. There he is. Doing that final wall back inside there. And I was standing right here, and I'm looking, and I'm thinking, wow, we got a lot of natural light right here, but we're getting ready to put a concrete hollow block. We're going to do all concrete hollow block right here. And I thought to myself, as soon as this gets filled in with concrete hollow block, it is going to be pitch black in here. It's going to be just like this. I thought to myself, whoa, it's going to be really dark in there. So I thought this would be a great place for some of those glass hollow blocks everybody keeps telling me about. I thought this would be a fantastic place. So I got with my builder, and I said, I mean, they're very inexpensive to do that. And we won't put it where there's actually these pipes that has to do light switches and electricity. And we won't do it where the rebar is, but in between the rebar, you could do a block from here down to this step, from here down to this step, and from here down this step. So we could actually have 3 sets of glass inside here that brings all this natural light that's coming in from the big front window, the beautiful window that we're going to have put in the front up here. And that will bring that light inside there. That way, when you open this door, obviously it's going to be dark in the basement and all anyway, and you can actually see with the light switches. Everything will be visible when you walk inside if you have a little bit of ambient light inside there. So that was my epiphany of the day. Oh, by the way, the forms are coming off of the stairway. They're pulling that off, and I have a little bit of concern because we still have to do a beam. There's a beam that goes up underneath the back of this section right here. There is a column that is providing support directly underneath here. We'll go back on this other side. Let's see. Right here, up underneath here somewhere, we have a column that's holding this up right here. But this corner right here, this whole section right here, really doesn't have any support yet. You see, all this doesn't have support. There's going to be a beam that goes across here, and we're going to get additional support. It's going to sit on top of the septic tank wall here. So concrete's pretty strong. It's full of rebar, but that'll provide the real support that we need, and I'll be glad when we get that in place. Especially after pulling off all of this form support underneath it. So up here on the first floor in the kitchen area, the wall where the countertop and the cabinet's going to be, it's growing. We're moving up. And the entranceway to the lanai that's behind the spare bedroom, the wall is actually starting to come into place, and this will be the door. And we are working on the laundry room, believe it or not. Laundry room. Laundry room slash the closet area for this bedroom right here. So I just want to make something clear so that nobody asks me the questions about the stairs, about just that beam. It's not going to just be the beam that's going to be holding the stairway up. There's actually going to be a footer that goes here, and there's going to be concrete hollow block here. Everywhere where we have stairs, there'll be a concrete hollow block wall supporting on this side, all underneath here, along the back side, and underneath here as well. It'll be all concrete hollow block. So the beam is not going to be, but that one beam and that one column is not going to be the only thing that holds it up. So they'll do it just like they did the stairway on the front side. So there'll be plenty of support for the stairs. I just worry when they start pulling all these things and we don't have any of that support, but concrete's very strong, and as long as we don't put like the cement mixer on the corner to break it off, something like that, we'll be fine. There's a lot of steel inside this concrete. Well, anyway, someone was asking the other day about the PPR pipe that we use here, and they wanted to know if it was a Schedule 40 or Schedule 80, which is what you normally see when you buy pressurized pipe for water in the U.S. for inside the house, and you have, you run pressure on it, hot water and cold water. And in the Philippines, one of the best pipes that they have over here is a German brand called Vespo, and this is the pipe that we use. If you're gonna put pipe inside your house, this is one of the best pipes you can get, in my opinion. I've asked several of the builders, and I asked David. David said also it's called Vespo, and this is PPR, and it's 80 SDR. And it's got for hot and cold water, and it has a lot of all kinds of information on here. Class 2/8 bar, and it's again, there's lots of information on there, and again, it has to do with the thickness and how much pressure you can put on it, and the strength of the pipe. Now, I mentioned it way back when we first started talking about using PPR pipe inside your house. And make sure that you get a high quality pipe, because of course this is going to be embedded in the concrete in the wall. Most of the time it's going to be like that, and then or in the slabs and things like that. So you want a high quality pipe, and this is fusion welded. This is not like PEX where you have clamps on there, and it's not like the irrigation and you use like the cement, the PVC cement and things like that, the primer and the cement. This is very strong, the fusion welding, and you've seen our guys do the fusion welding here. But this is very good, and the Vespo comes in 3 categories. There's a white pipe, there's a green pipe, and there's a blue pipe. And each one is just the higher quality than the other. And the one we have is the middle. The white is in the middle, and I think, if I remember correctly, the green is the highest quality that you can get. And of course, the higher quality, more that you're going to pay for your pipe. So I hope that answers the question about the Schedule 40 and Schedule 80 that somebody was asking a few days ago. It's actually end of day time. It's almost 5 o'clock. And so this is normally when I go down, and I kind of look and see where we are on all the things that we did during the day. You've been following me all along the day, so you see most of the stuff, but you'll be surprised at some of the wall work that went up on the first floor. Let's look down in the basement real quick. Look at some of the things I got done down here today. And hopefully we have enough light. A lot of the electrical got done today. You see they're embedding all the light switches. We got a lot of switches done inside this room. I don't know if you can see these guys. We have these lights. This is actually going to be a couple of things that I will discuss later. This right here is actually the P-trap, and you have to have access to your P-trap for cleaning. So anytime you embed a pipe inside the wall, you need to make sure, and they'll have a nice clean cover on here, and there's several of them down here, and then I'll be able to spin these off. Make sure you guys do that if they make sure you have access to your P-traps, and that's for the floor drains. If you get any sand or any debris inside there, that's where you're going to clean it out, is at that point right there. So I'll be able to do that on that wall. Let's see what else we got. Oh, remember outside, they were working on the plaster on the outside today. We'll see how far that they got out here. Oh my goodness, they're still working on it out here. Look at there. Oh, that is nice. Oh, and that they actually are doing the skim coat. Yeah, but this is the first place that's getting skim coat here. Nice. That's nice and clean. Let's look on this other side over here. And of course, after the skim coat, and they go all the way down to the beam, we're going to have to make sure it goes all the way down to the beam. Then what we're going to do is we are going to do, we're going to put a waterproofing on it. And this wall, oh wow, this is the cleanest one that I've seen so far. Look at this. And then this will all get waterproofing here. And we actually have to go down a little bit further. Let's see, I don't know what we got here. We have to make sure all this is covered up. I'll talk with my builder about this. We have to make everything here all the way down. We can't have any gaps like this right here. It's gonna have to be nice and clean because we will be doing waterproofing on here. And the reason you see all this right here, this is where the wall is going, the retaining wall is going to go to this point right here, over here, where the earth is right now. And in the generator room, a little bit of work got done today. This column got plastic coat, some on this beam up here. Covered up the outlet here for the generator room, for the service outlet right there. And of course you saw it earlier today, and I don't think it's gone any further. They haven't done anything else inside this room where this is the pump room where all the water comes in and goes, and where the filtration system is going to be done. They actually still have to do a little bit of fill-in. You really can't see, but they didn't complete that area up there, and I talked with my builder today and he said they'll take care of that as well. Plus on the inside we have to get, there will be an electrical outlet. You see where this box is right here. On the opposite side of the wall there will be a service outlet to plug in obviously the pump, and to plug in the sump pump, which goes to this little pipe down here, and that will go inside, so we have to have that done as well. Also today, this level, cleaning up of this area around here, formwork is being removed in preparation. You see we actually have there's actually a footer already in place. There's already concrete beam down inside there. And this is actually going to support the, you can see this, the steel rebar here, and here, and here. And this is actually, and all over there, you see over there? And that's where the concrete hollow beam is going to come up. And, oh, there's our column that I was talking about earlier. You see that one over there? So that's really the only thing that is supporting all of this right now. But this will all be enclosed with concrete hollow block. And this has a concrete footer that goes, a footer or a beam that goes all the way around here. So this will have plenty of support here when that gets taken care of. But they don't want to do any of that yet, because they have to trench all of this out, because this is going to be a drain, and they're going to install all this down in this area right here on both sides, and this is going to lead out to the storm sewer. So let's go take a look up on the first floor, look at the progress that happened since the last time we looked around just after lunchtime. So you saw today we got these little shelf areas right here on both sides where the columns are going to go, and this will be the entranceway with the arch going into the dining room from the sunroom. Look at the walls. Look how much wall we got done since the last time we looked inside here. This is the kitchen for the kitchen cabinets, and for the sink and everything over in this area right here. And we don't have very much more to do on these concrete hollow blocks to finish off this wall that goes to the lanai, that goes to the sliding glass door that goes to the bedroom on the first floor. And also laundry room. Look where we are in the laundry room. We got this, and they did some cleanup today, breaking up the concrete where they were doing mixing on there. That's what all that is right there. They chiseled that out, so it's nice and clean. This is a wet room, that's why it's lower. And you can see over here, this is the drain, and this is the water that's going to come in, and this will be the floor drain inside here, since this is a wet room, in case there's any emergency overflows. And then there will be a sink that goes over here. There will be a window that's centered on the front of the house right here. And this, I want you to see this space right here. You see this little space inside. This is a whole cabinet area. And these are pipes that are coming inside here. And each one of these conduits in here are going to bring in things like all the CCTV. We're going to have Ethernet's going to go through these. It's going to go out, and there's going to be a patch panel inside here. There's going to be a switch inside of here. And up above, one of these here actually goes through the roof and comes out over here. It's going to go to our fiber modem, and then Ethernet's going to come back out of our fiber modem and come back inside this room. Again, hooked up to that patch panel, which is going to be hooked up to the switch. That's going to connect hardwire throughout the entire house for internet. Nothing back here. And this is the back wall of the kitchen, which defines the back wall of this bedroom inside here. So anyway, lots of stuff today. It's progress, forward progress. What did we talked earlier about that we are actually going to put some of the glass hollow blocks in the CR in the basement so we can get some light down inside of there. I talked with my builder also a little bit more about the design of the stairs that are going to go from here up to the next deck and take us up to the second floor. So I think we have all the details worked out on that. So all in all, pretty productive day. Well, it feels like Villa Feliz is starting to come alive with all the rooms being defined and the electrical connections inside there, looking at columns, thinking about finishing. I'm actually thinking about things. I'm starting to visualize different types of stonework and tile and paint schemes and things like that. But it's too early for that. We still got several months for that. And we will actually take a trip to some of the places like Wilcon, and we'll actually pick some stuff out together. I want you to look here. After the rain that we got yesterday, or early this morning, and doesn't look like everything is just getting so green. Look at the pineapple over here. The pineapple definitely like being transplanted into the bigger the pot over there. And look at the rambutan, the banana plants. The coconut, look at the coconut seedlings. They're actually, and you can see down here, we got new leaves coming out of the coconut seedlings. Let's take a look over here. Oh, let's look at the jackfruit that I showed you yesterday. Look how much growth just from yesterday until today. So we got this one. There's a jackfruit that I planted over here. We got this one right here, and I thought I saw another one over here. I'm pretty sure oh yeah, we have another one growing right here. Look at this one. So I must have planted 4 of the jackfruit, at least 4 of the jackfruit seeds. And these are the wild mango ones that I planted around this one. And there's supposed to be another one. I don't know where the other one went to over here. Maybe I stepped on it. I don't know. Anyway, here's a few of the seedlings from the grass over at Henry's house. I stopped by here yesterday. I put like 4 in there. I want to see if I can get those to start growing. So let me quit rambling. Let me get out of here. I need to get home. I need to get this videos edited. I need to get something to eat. So if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little MyPI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen, and you will be subscribed, and you will be notified the next time I upload a new video. So until tomorrow, which is going to be Tuesday, and it's going to be build day 119. It's build day 119 on the construction schedule out here at Villa Feliz. So you have a wonderful day. Hi, sweetie. What you got today? What is that? Is that a snack? How are you feeling? You are the one with the hat today, not me.